My name is Carl Krueger. I'm one of the staff attorneys at Dorcas International in Providence. And today I'm going to be discussing the new Liberia Refugee and Immigration Fairness Law. This law was signed by President Trump on December 20 of 2019 and was the result of a lot of work on the part of Senator Jack Reed and the rest of the Rhode Island congressional delegation. They've been working for decades, literally, to try to get this law put into place. The purpose of this LRIF or LRIF law is to enable certain Liberians and their family members to get permanent residence in the United States. Many Liberians have been in the United States on year-to-year work authorizations for, again, decades. And this law is finally going to enable a lot of these folks to get their permanent residence. The basic qualifications to get your green card under this law are that you are a Liberian, or you are the spouse or unmarried child of a Liberian, and that if you are a Liberian, you've been living in the United States since November of 2014 up to the date when you submit your application. Your family members, your spouse, and your unmarried children do not have to be Liberian, nor do they have to meet that November 2014 to today permanent residence in the United States requirement. So this is a fairly generous law, and it is going to enable probably thousands of people to get green cards. A couple of things about the law. The deadline for filing is December 20 of 2020. If you don't file your application by that date, you're not going to be able to get your green card this way. The cost is, for most people, $1,225. That has to be paid with the application. You don't need to do your medicals at this point. They are probably going to require medicals of you at some point, but don't get your medicals done now. As far as documents, you need to show you're Liberian, and the easiest way to do that, of course, is going to be with your birth certificate, and you need to show evidence that you've been living in the United States from November of 2014 up to today. We're suggesting that people cover this period as thoroughly as they can. Ideally, if you've been working, you're going to be able to show a paycheck stub from every single month from November of 2014 right up till now in January of 2020. That would be the best way to cover this entire period. You want to make it as easy as possible on immigration to see that you've been here. You don't want to have a lot of gaps between your documents. So again, if you've been working and you have paycheck stubs, the best way to do it is with those paycheck stubs. If you've had a bank account that's been in your own name and you can get monthly bank statements to, again, cover this entire period of time, you're going to end up with 60 or 70 pieces of paper, but you're going to thoroughly cover this entire 5-year period. Now, if your family members are qualifying, they don't have to show that they've been here for the 5 years, nor do they have to show that they're Liberian. They do need birth certificates, and of course, they have to show the relationship to the Liberian who has been here since November of 2014. But they themselves don't have to have that evidence that they've been here for that 5-year period. Not everyone is going to get a green card through this process. Things that would be issues for you applying through this law are the same general types of issues that arise in any kind of application for permanent residence. For example, if you've had any kind of criminal history, any trouble at all with the police, you're going to need to get the dispositions of these criminal matters and get in and talk to someone like us to be able to look at your paperwork and assess your eligibility. Other issues that might be a problem for you making an application under this law would be if you've ever been accused of committing fraud against immigration, if you have ever made a false claim to U.S. citizenship, you can be disqualified because of political affiliations. So if any of these things appear to perhaps be an issue for you before you submit your application, we advise you to come in and see us here at Dorcas International, because we'll be able to assess your paperwork and point you in the right direction. The process is you submit your application with the documentation, and the Immigration Service then is going to fingerprint you, and then they're going to adjudicate your application, whether that means that they're going to do it just based on the paperwork that you're submitting or whether they're going to have an interview for you remains to be seen. They haven't given us a lot of guidelines on how they're going to process these applications, but again, if you thoroughly document your case, showing that you've been here for this entire period of time from November 2014 till now, you stand the best chance of having this approved without even having an interview, which of course would be the ideal. The big benefits from this new law are two. One, your family members, even if they're not Liberian and even if they have not been in the United States for this 5-year period of time, can still qualify as long as they are related to a Liberian who does meet those requirements. And the second big benefit, the biggest one as far as I'm concerned, is that if you get your green card through this program, the date of your residence is going to be fixed as of the date you came into the United States. And what that means, because if you qualify under this law, it means you've been here already for 5 years. If you get your green card through this program, you are going to become immediately eligible to apply for citizenship. The day you get approved for your permanent residence, you can submit your application for your citizenship, which is a huge benefit. Now, here at Dorcas International, we are available to help you with these cases. We have caseworkers available here every morning, Monday through Friday, from 9 o'clock till 12:30, and then in the afternoons on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. You can walk in here without an appointment. We suggest you bring your documents with you if you're coming in to check out your eligibility under this LRIF law. Bring in your documents. We'll be able to sit down with you, assess your eligibility. If you are eligible, we'll let you know that. If you want to make an appointment so that we can assist you in actually filing the application, we're prepared to do that also. So we're located at 645 Elmwood Avenue in Providence. Any morning and also in the afternoons on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, come in to see us, bring your documents, and we'll help you get going so that you can take advantage of this fabulous opportunity to get your green card. Thank you very much.